Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Women are a gift, a blessing, a masterpiece straight from the hands of the Lord himself. Y'all walk into a room and everything changes. The air different, the energy shift, the temperature go up about 5 degrees. And don't let a woman walk in there knowing who she is. Woo! That's a whole different level of fine. Confidence is the real glow up because it transforms the way a woman carries herself, how she moves through the world, and how others perceive her. It's not about how expensive her clothes are or how flawless her makeup looks. It's about that energy she gives off, that undeniable presence that makes people turn their heads when she walks into a room. You can spot a confident woman from a mile away, not because of what she's wearing, but because of the way she carries herself. Like she belongs, like she knows exactly who she is. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's assurance. It's the way she speaks with certainty, the way she makes eye contact without hesitation, and the way she doesn't shrink to make others feel comfortable. She doesn't second guess herself every time she makes a decision, and she's not out here waiting for approval from somebody else before she feels good about herself. She knows she's enough, and that alone makes her shine. When a woman walks with confidence, she doesn't need to announce. Men notice it too. A woman who is confident in herself doesn't chase attention because she already knows her worth. She doesn't need constant validation, and that makes her stand out. She's the kind of woman who can sit in a room full of people and not feel the need to impress anyone. She's secure in who she is, and that security is attractive because it shows strength. A confident woman doesn't tolerate nonsense because she respects herself too much to entertain anything that doesn't align with her value. She knows what she brings to the table, and she's not afraid to eat alone if necessary. Confidence also changes the way she handles challenges. She doesn't break down over small setbacks because she believes in herself. She knows she's capable of handling whatever life throws at her, and that resilience makes her even more beautiful. When she walks, there's a purpose in her step. When she speaks, there's power in her voice. She doesn't seek permission to exist fully, she just does. It's not about perfection either. A confident woman doesn't pretend to be flawless. She embraces her imperfections. She knows she's still a work in progress, but she carries herself with the understanding that growth is part of the journey. She doesn't compare herself to others because she's too busy becoming the best version of herself. That kind of energy is contagious. It draws people in, not because she's trying to impress them, but because she's so comfortable in her own skin that it inspires others to be comfortable in theirs. Confidence isn't just seen, it's felt. It's in the way she laughs without worrying about how she looks, in the way she stands tall even on her worst days, and in the way she doesn't let fear dictate her choices. She knows that true beauty isn't just about how she looks, but about how she carries herself through life. Peace makes a woman unstoppable because it allows her to move through life with a sense of clarity, balance, and strength that cannot be easily shaken. A woman who has peace within herself radiates a kind of calm that is both powerful and magnetic. She is not easily rattled by the opinions of others, nor is she controlled by the chaos around her. Instead, she stands firm in who she is and what she believes, refusing to let outside forces dictate her emotions or action. When a woman has peace, she becomes unbothered by things that used to consume her energy. She no longer entertains unnecessary drama, meaningless arguments, or toxic relationships because she values her mental and emotional well-being above all else. A peaceful woman understands the power of protecting her space. She does not allow negativity to take root in her life, and she is selective about who and what she gives her time to. She knows that not every battle is worth fighting and that some things are better left alone. Instead of engaging in pointless conflict, she chooses to focus on what truly matters: her happiness, her growth, and the things that bring her fulfillment. She recognizes that her energy is sacred and she refuses to waste it on anything that does not serve her. When a woman has peace, she operates differently. She does not feel the need to prove herself to anyone, nor does she seek validation from the outside world. She is content within herself, knowing that she does not need external approval to feel worthy. She walks with a quiet confidence, understanding that true power comes from within, not from the noise of the world. This kind of peace allows her to navigate life with grace, handling difficulties without losing herself in the process. She no longer reacts out of frustration or fear, but responds with wisdom and patience. A peaceful woman is also deeply self-aware. She understands her triggers, her needs, and her boundaries, and she honors them without apology. She does not let guilt or pressure push her into situations that do not align with her well-being. She knows when to say no, when to walk away, and when to stand her ground. She is in tune with herself, making decisions that reflect her highest good rather than impulsive choices based on temporary emotions. This self-awareness keeps her from being easily manipulated or swayed by the opinions and actions of others. Her peace also impacts those around her. People are drawn to her presence because she exudes a sense of stability that is rare in a world full of stress and distractions. She is the kind of person who brings comfort to those she loves, not because she fixes their problems, but because her energy alone creates a safe space. Her ability to remain calm under pressure and maintain her joy despite life's challenges is what makes her truly powerful. Those who encounter her feel her strength, not because she is loud or aggressive, but because her peace speaks louder than words ever could. Joy and laughter are magnetic because they reveal a woman's true essence, allowing her natural beauty to shine in a way that nothing else can. When a woman laughs freely without restraint or self-consciousness, it is a reflection of her inner happiness and confidence. It is not about looking perfect or maintaining an image. It is about being fully present in the moment and allowing herself to enjoy life without hesitation. Laughter has a way of bringing out the most authentic version of a person, stripping away stress, fear, and doubt, leaving only pure, unfiltered joy. A woman who laughs easily has a spirit that is light, full of energy, and captivating. She does not take life too seriously, and she understands that even in difficult times, there is always something to smile about. This kind of mindset is not just attractive, it is contagious. People naturally gravitate towards someone who can find joy in the little things, someone who can bring light into a room simply by being herself. When a woman carries laughter in her heart, she creates an atmosphere that makes others feel at ease. Her presence becomes a source of comfort and positivity, making people want to be around her. Laughter also speaks volumes about a woman's confidence and self-acceptance. She is not afraid to laugh out loud, to be silly, or to enjoy a moment without worrying about how she looks or what others think. There is something incredibly beautiful about a woman who can laugh at herself, who does not take mistakes or awkward moments too seriously. It shows that she is comfortable in her own skin and does not let small things steal her joy. This level of confidence is rare and powerful because it means she is not seeking approval. She is simply embracing life as it comes. A woman with joy in her heart is also resilient. She understands that life will bring challenges, but she chooses to hold on to happiness regardless of her circumstances. She does not let negativity define her, nor does she allow hardships to harden her spirit. Instead, she finds ways to lift herself up, to find humor in the chaos, and to keep her heart open to good things. This kind of resilience makes her even more magnetic because it shows that her happiness is not dependent on external factors. It comes from within. Her laughter is not just an expression of joy. It is a sign of strength. It is proof that she has endured struggles and still chooses to see the beauty in life. She has faced heartbreak, disappointment, and setbacks, yet she refuses to let them steal her ability to smile. This is what makes her presence so powerful. She reminds others that happiness is a choice, that life is meant to be enjoyed, and that there is beauty in embracing each moment as it comes. When a woman laughs, she invites others to do the same. She creates connections through shared joy, bringing people together in a way that words alone cannot. Her laughter breaks down barriers, lightens heavy hearts, and reminds those around her that even in a world full of stress and uncertainty, there is still room for happiness. The ability to laugh and find joy, no matter the situation, is one of the most beautiful and attractive qualities a woman can possess. Self-worth demands respect because when a woman truly understands her value, she carries herself in a way that commands it. She no longer tolerates disrespect, mistreatment, or anything that does not align with her sense of worth. A woman who knows what she brings to the table does not beg for a seat. She either takes her place or walks away without hesitation. She is aware of her strengths, her beauty, her intelligence, and her uniqueness, and because of that, she refuses to settle for less than what she deserves. When a woman values herself, she does not entertain relationships, friendships, or environments that drain her energy or make her feel small. She does not waste time proving her worth to those who fail to recognize it because she understands that real value does not need validation. She does not shrink herself to fit into places that do not appreciate her. Instead, she stands tall, knowing that those who truly see her will respect her without her having to beg for it. Her presence alone sets a standard, and those around her either rise to meet it or remove themselves. A woman with strong self-worth sets boundaries without guilt. She knows that saying no does not make her selfish, it makes her strong. She does not allow people to take advantage of her kindness, and she does not let emotions cloud her judgment when it comes to what is best for her well-being. She walks away from situations that compromise her peace because she understands that respect starts with how she respects herself. She does not overextend herself for people who do not reciprocate her energy. She pours into those who appreciate her presence, and she refuses to chase anyone who does not see her value. Her self-worth also reflects in the way she carries herself. It is in her posture, the way she speaks, the way she interacts with the world. She does not seek attention out of insecurity, but moves with quiet confidence, knowing she is enough as she is. She does not dress, speak, or behave to impress others. She does it because it makes her feel good. She is not easily swayed by trends, or opinions, or societal pressures because she knows who she is, and that is enough. Respect follows a woman who knows her worth because people recognize that she is not someone to be played with. She does not tolerate disrespect in any form, whether it is in relationships, workplaces, or social settings. She corrects people when they cross her boundaries and does not allow anyone to diminish her sense of self. The way she demands respect is not loud or aggressive. It is firm, clear, and undeniable. Her self-worth also impacts the way she loves. She does not settle for half-hearted effort, inconsistent energy, or empty promises. She expects to be treated with care, love, and kindness because she gives the same in return. She does not chase people who do not appreciate her, and she does not try to convince anyone of her value. Those who see it will cherish her, and those who don't will lose the privilege of being in her life. She knows that love should never cost her dignity, and she refuses to compromise her standards for the sake of companionship. A woman who loves herself is radiant because self-love creates a glow that no makeup, no outfit, and no validation from others can match. When a woman truly loves herself, it is visible in everything she does, in the way she speaks, the way she moves, and the way she treats herself. She no longer looks for external approval to feel beautiful or worthy because she has already given herself the love and acceptance she needs. She does not wait for someone else to tell her she is enough. She wakes up every day knowing it. Loving herself means she prioritizes her well-being, not out of selfishness, but out of the understanding that she deserves the same care and kindness she gives to others. She takes time to nurture herself physically, emotionally, and mentally because she knows that real beauty starts from within. She does not neglect herself for the sake of pleasing others. She understands that pouring into herself allows her to give the best version of who she is to the world. She no longer feels guilty for taking time for self-care, setting boundaries, or choosing herself when necessary. A woman who loves herself does not settle for situations that make her feel less than she is. She does not entertain relationships, friendships, or environments that bring her down or make her question her worth. She walks away from anything that does not align with her peace, her happiness, or her personal growth. She does not chase people who are unsure about her, and she does not beg for the love, attention, or validation of anyone. She understands that real love, whether from herself or others, should never come at the cost of her dignity. Her self-love is evident in the way she talks to herself. She no longer engages in negative self-talk or tears herself down with harsh words. She replaces doubt with encouragement, criticism with understanding, and insecurity with confidence. She does not compare herself to others or wish to be anyone else because she has embraced herself fully. She celebrates her strengths and works on her weaknesses with grace, never allowing imperfections to define her. Her love for herself also affects how she allows others to treat her. She does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or inconsistency. She teaches people how to treat her by the way she carries herself and the standards she upholds. She does not allow fear of being alone to keep her in situations that drain her energy or make her feel small. She knows that she would rather be alone and at peace than surrounded by people who do not appreciate her. A woman who loves herself shines differently. Her presence is warm, inviting, and full of life. She radiates confidence without arrogance, strength without aggression, and grace without effort. People are drawn to her not because of what she does, but because of who she is. She does not need to prove her worth to anyone because she already believes in it herself. She is secure, whole, and at peace, and that kind of energy is impossible to ignore. She inspires others to love themselves not by preaching it, but simply by embodying it in every aspect of her life. Her love for herself is not loud or boastful. It is quiet, steady, and unshakable, making her presence unforgettable. She's the prize. She doesn't need validation because she already knows her worth. She is not looking for someone to complete her because she is already whole. She does not chase after people, seek approval, or beg for attention. She understands that her value is not determined by how others see her, but by how she sees herself. She does not measure her worth by how much someone loves her, how many compliments she receives, or how much attention she gets. She knows she is valuable simply because she exists, and that is enough. She carries herself with an energy that demands respect without saying a word. She does not feel the need to prove herself to anyone, nor does she shrink herself to fit into spaces that do not appreciate her. She does not settle for half love, inconsistent energy, or relationships that make her question her value. She is confident in who she is, and that confidence makes her stand out. She does not allow rejection to shake her because she understands that what is meant for her will never require her to beg. She knows that love, opportunities, and success will come to her naturally when she remains true to herself. She does not lower her standards to accommodate people who refuse to rise. She understands that a man who truly values her will never make her feel like she has to compete for his attention. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg, she decides. She does not settle, she waits for what aligns with her worth. She knows that if someone does not recognize her value, that is not a reflection of her, it is a reflection of them. She refuses to waste time convincing someone to see what she already knows to be true. She knows that her presence is a privilege, not an obligation. She does not allow anyone to make her feel like she is too much or not enough. She understands that the right people will always appreciate her for exactly who she is. She does not adjust herself to fit someone else's expectations because she is not looking for temporary approval. She moves through life with the understanding that she is rare, and anything rare is not easily accessible to just anyone. She does not hand out her energy to those who do not deserve it, and she does not apologize for valuing herself. She is confident in her choices because she trusts herself. She does not need someone else to validate her decisions because she knows she is capable. She makes decisions based on what is best for her, not on what others think she should do. She stands firm in her beliefs, her values, and her vision for her life. She does not let doubt or insecurity dictate her path. She understands that the only validation she truly needs comes from within, and she refuses to live her life trying to please everyone else. She embraces her independence and does not wait for someone to save her, fix her, or complete her. She is strong enough to handle life on her own, but wise enough to accept love when it is given freely and with respect. She understands that a healthy relationship is about partnership, not dependence. She knows she is the prize, and that means she will only accept someone who treats her accordingly. She refuses to settle for less than she deserves because she knows her worth, and she moves through life with that understanding.